Bray Wyatt is reportedly getting closer to being cleared for a WWE in-ring return after battling an illness which has been described as not only career-threatening but also life-threatening. Details on that, plus Triple H is not named on the board of directors for the new TKO merged company between WWE and UFC under the Endeavor umbrella. We've got the ratings for Wednesday's edition of AEW Dynamite on TBS, an update on Braun Strowman after undergoing neck surgery, and will War Games return to Survivor Series later on this year? Hey guys, welcome back to Wrest News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's start off talking about Bray Wyatt, and hopefully, maybe for him certainly, he is nearing a WWE in-ring return. This is probably the biggest update we've got about Wyatt since he disappeared from WWE television just before WrestleMania earlier this year. Now, according to Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select, at long last, there's some good Bray Wyatt news. Fightful are reporting that they have learned that Bray Wyatt is finally getting, quote, closer to clearance after almost 6 months without it. Now, Wyatt has battled an illness that Fightful said they won't disclose, obviously for privacy and confidentiality reasons. And the company and Wyatt have been taking extra precautions to make sure that his long-term health is accounted for, but there is some positive news. Of late, Fightful have been able to confirm that Wyatt isn't actively cleared, but those that Fightful have spoken to claim that he is getting closer to being cleared, and there have actually even been some creative ideas presented for his eventual return to television. Now, one source indicated to Fightful that some ideas were even mentioned for September next month. However, that won't mean anything if he doesn't get that clearance. But the idea certainly is. The idea is he's getting closer to being cleared, and with this clearance possibly coming, creators are starting to come up with ideas to pitch when he's able to return to WWE TV. Now, there were ideas for Wyatt to be integrated with Alexa Bliss, Eric Young, Uncle Howdy / Bo Dallas. However, after Bray Wyatt was sidelined, Alexa had maternity leave, and Eric Young requested and was granted his WWE release, they kind of disappeared into nothingness. Now, that article came out last night, and afterwards, it was actually confirmed to Fightful that this illness that's kept Wyatt off TV, this mystery illness, is far more severe and far more serious than maybe people had originally even thought, because Fightful are confirming that it's been confirmed to them that this illness that Bray Wyatt was battling was both career-threatening and also life-threatening, but that he has improved significantly. So really positive news when it comes to Wyatt's health, really positive news when it comes to him being cleared for television. The question becomes, and I'm going to put it to you guys, what do you think's next for Bray Wyatt? What do you want to see him do when he returns to WWE television? And what do you think the creative could be if and when he makes his WWE TV return? Let me know your thoughts, as always, in the comment section below. Now, we spoke the other day about how this the deal between Endeavor and WWE would be completed come September, and because of that, the beginning stages of the merger between WWE and UFC are starting to take shape, particularly when it comes to the new TKO company that it's going to be merged into and the board of directors in that company. Now, there was a major omission from WWE's choices of board of directors for the new merged company TKO when the Endeavor deal is complete. Now, it was already known that the TKO board would be made up of 11 members, 5 chosen by WWE and 6 chosen by Endeavor. WWE yesterday confirmed 4 of its 5 choices, those being Vincent K. McMahon, Nick Khan, Stephen R. Coonan, and Nancy R. Tellem. McMahon, Khan, and Tulin are already members of the WWE board of directors, while Tellem is a brand new choice. This means there are several current members of the WWE board of directors who have not been chosen for the TKO board, with the most notable, of course, being Paul Levesque, also known as Triple H. As of right now, WWE still has 1 spot left to fill, but as of now, Levesque hasn't been selected. The other WWE board members not selected are George A. Barrios, Michelle R. McKenna, Steve Pullman, and Michelle D. Wilson. As for Endeavor, it's made all of its 6 board member choices for TKO, with those being Ari Emanuel, Egon P. Durbin, Jonathan A. Kraft, Sonia E. Medina, Mark Shapiro, and Carrie Wheeler. Now, it was a big press release, a big page release rather, that was this news news was founded upon yesterday. We won't go through all of that. As I mentioned, Endeavor stated recently that it expects the deal will be finalized in the second half of September 2023, so next month, hence why they're announcing who these board of directors are going to be right now. Now, obviously, with these announcements that board of directors are being picked and the deal is going to be concluded come September, WWE success continues to make the headlines as the year progresses because of this. August 10, that being yesterday, saw the company's stock value rise to $114 per share, which is a record high for the company. The news comes courtesy of WrestleNomics' Brandon Thurston, who provided an update on Twitter. This is a notable change of pace from a few months ago when the company's stock plummeted following the Wall Street Journal's piece on Vince McMahon's hush money scandals. That said, the stock prices rose again following McMahon's return to WWE back in January, rising to $72.04 per share. The latest number is, of course, significantly higher, however, and it's the latest example of the company's financial success. Last week's second quarter earnings report revealed that WWE broke more records in regard to revenue, viewership figures, and other criteria. In total, the company brought in $410.3 million in profits, with $9.8 million of that sum being allocated to shareholders via dividend payments. Following the earnings call, WWE went on to host a successful premium live event with SummerSlam this year, which is the company's all-time grossing event outside of WrestleMania. These factors undoubtedly contributed to WWE stock soaring yesterday. Elsewhere, of course, WWE has merged with UFC, or is merging with UFC under the Endeavor umbrella, and that deal is expected to close in September. It remains to be seen what the outcome of that partnership will entail, though Endeavor's Ari Emanuel has promised to cut costs and create synergies as soon as it is finalized. Of course, we'll let you know more details on that as to what those costs and synergies could be in the future. Let's talk about AEW, and let's talk about the ratings for this week's episode of Dynamite on TBS. The hangover from AEW celebration of the 200th episode of Dynamite was palpable in Wednesday's ratings. According to WrestleNomics, AEW Dynamite took a 5% dip in total viewership, with 846,000 total viewers and 378,000 in the 18 to 49 demographic, a 7% drop from last week's episode. Dynamite was still ranked first among cable televised originals. Last week's 200th episode managed to keep the audience from the week prior, but unfortunately it didn't carry over to this week. The news comes hot on the heels of WWE NXT scoring its highest viewership in over 2 years as the show continues a current hot streak. Dynamite and NXT were separated by just 70,000 average viewers this week. WrestleNomics also released quarter-hour breakdowns on Patreon. Total viewership peaked in the opening segment, which involved the apparent breakup of the Jericho Appreciation Society. Viewers also stuck around for the heavily hyped AEW debut of former ECW World Champion Rob Van Dam, who challenged Jack Perry for the FTW Championship. Perry successfully defended the title in controversial fashion. In the key 18 to 49 demographic, the in-ring promo segment featuring AEW World Champion MJF and Adam Cole pulled in the biggest audience. Viewers turned out, however, for the main event, which saw AEW Women's World Champion Hikaru Shida defending her title against Anna Jay. The episode's final segment saw its biggest losses in the key demographic, where the numbers fell by a full 10% from the previous quarter hour. Also of note from those who follow wrestling ratings is the fact that AEW's most viewed quarter hour, the Jericho Appreciation Society segment, only drew about 20,000 more viewers than NXT's most viewed quarter hour, which was the overrun featuring Dominic Mysterio successfully defending the NXT North American Championship against Dragon Lee, who was cornered by Dirty Dom's father, Rey Mysterio. So what do you think this means when it comes to the ratings? What do you think it means when it comes to NXT versus AEW Dynamite? Is that still a thing? Do you pay attention to that? Or should AEW be concerned that NXT are picking up viewers and picking up their 18 to 49, whilst Dynamite continue a bit of a slow decline? Let me know your thoughts about that in the comments section below. A bit of an update on Braun Strowman, because Ricochet has given an update on his health status. Before being out of action with WWE since early May, Braun Strowman was in a tag team with Ricochet. The perhaps unlikely duo came together after some social media exchanges between the pair were squashed, and they went on to be a fan favourite pair. In speaking to Steve Full for 10 Count Media ahead of last weekend's SummerSlam, Ricochet said, "He's doing great. He needed a little surgery, but he's doing great. He's recuperating. He's doing fine. I know he's ready to get back. I can can only imagine he's ready to get back. I miss my tag team partner. I think we had something good going. I think the fans were getting into it pretty good. Obviously, I want to be tag team champion, and who better to have on your side than the biggest man on the roster? I can't wait to have him back. He's doing great. While it's difficult to characterize Strowman's surgery as little, the 6'8" star having undergone a fusion of his C4 and C5 vertebrae, it's great to hear that the star is doing well. Of course, Ricochet himself, for his part, was defeated by Logan Paul during the SummerSlam opening match against the social media megastar. So that's a bit of an update when it comes to Braun Strowman. Finally, Survivor Series later on this year, but will War Games be involved like it was last year? Well, a bit of an update has been released about this. SummerSlam has just only ended, but already people are looking ahead to WWE's November premium live event, that being Survivor Series, and Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer has an interesting tidbit. Responding to a question on Twitter, Meltzer revealed that while he doesn't have confirmation, he is aware of WWE talent that believe the popular War Games match will be included in Survivor Series again this year. In 2022, WWE saw the debut of War Games on the main roster after typically occurring in NXT, with the men's match featuring the Bloodline facing off against the Brawling Brutes, Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens. The women's War Games match saw Team Bianca Belair defeat Team Damage Control. While War Games is always exciting, it's worth noting that as far as premium live events go, WWE still has Payback in September and Fastlane in October before Survivor Series comes around. So do you hope you see War Games again, or would you like it to be less predictable on the WWE calendar? But there you go, guys. Latest professional wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon. Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right-hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.